Hey there, students, teachers, school of tomorrow. As you know, we're really big around Python here. Or Python is big around here. We're a subculture within Python or something, at least in my case, right? So I come to a Synergetics that's informed with coding of some kind. And at that point, at one point, I was using FoxPro. I wrote an article on Quadrace using FoxPro and got that published in a FoxPro Advisor. That was a whole different language from Python, right? And I did a lot of work with FoxPro. And then I was kind of a refugee into this community, but also I was looking for computer graphics. And, FoxPro is a database language. It wasn't really built for that. Anyway, just giving a little of my trajectory, and now here we are in 2021. Now, I've been to many PyCons, and this is the first completely virtual one, and I'm just interested in the anthropology of it all. And what I've been doing is using Camtasia, which I will show you. I'm going to use Camtasia to show Camtasia. Now, this is a very low end. It's not a very fancy video editing environment. It's what I use. I'm pretty more with less over here. So I've been taking, sections of Pycon, like we just did lightning talks. And I just was, sampling them, right? So there's talking about some of the lightning talks. Latin America is really a great user of Python. Of course, it's huge in terms of geographically and people, but we had our hosts, and then we had these 5-minute talks. Some were pre recorded, some were presented live. It was just all very well done, I thought, and so on for the whole conference. I joined in one of those lounges where it's kind of like picking a seat on an airplane. When you do a booking, you can often have a seating diagram where you pick an airplane seat. So here you're looking at little tables, and you pick a table and you choose a chair, and bam, that joins you in with a conversation. And here I was listening in and contributing some as the someone in charge of the PIP project talked to someone at Amazon about collaboration and so on. And I chimed in with some thoughts about how we'd like to push button and get a code school set up at Amazon certain ways, right? The dream of the code school community, vis-a-vis, how much configuration does it take to get a basic code school? Of course, there'd be intermediary industries there, right? The ones that can the code schools, that give the code schools to the teachers, that run on Amazon or whatever. So that was that meeting I participated in a little bit. And so forth, right? It's just been an interesting experience, and I've heard other people, without prompting from me or anything, make the same remark. It's like here's an opportunity to attend a conference from far away, like me here in Portland, Oregon. This would have been in Cleveland, right? The second year, or Pittsburgh, second year. Anyway, we had it in Portland as well. We're fortunate. This thing roves around this conference, right? It's a North American, kind of the flagship Pycon, but there are all kinds of Pycons, right? You contact the PSF to use that trademark. Anyway, I'm the Buckminster Fuller guy in EduSync, is how I could tell them that, where I've shown up a lot in Python, I'll put the mail list name here, and I've continued to post there as well. So there's an overlap bridging point that makes it easy when I introduce myself, how it works. In fact, before I go, let me just look live. This conference is going on right now, so here we are. And we just had lightning talks, and we're just about to have, in like 2 minutes, the beginning of the keynotes. This keynote. Now, this is not the first keynote of the entire conference. Here's the conference. So I can go back and see what I've missed. Um, Listen to recordings, right? Some of these I can listen to anyway. I'm not seeing that I can go back and watch lightning talks right now if I wanted to. Maybe not. Like, I'm just learning how this thing's put together. And oh, I'll show you the lounge, right? Or the rooms. The rooms. This is where I sat down with people. Okay, these look like different. These are sponsors. Let's go to the lounge. Oh, meeting spaces, maybe. There we go. See, these are the open spaces. So I could just go in there and sit in a chair. Now, if they're open, if they're running, like these are running right now. So we could join one of these. I could just click on here and we could join these people. So that's been an interesting experience. Okay, let's go back and join the keynotes. So I go up to agenda. Notice I can look things up by speaker as well. And scroll to today, which is May 14th. Wait, yeah, today's the 15th, and I can join this in 1 minute. Let's see if this turns on in 1 minute. What else do we have here? I gave a lightning talk, right? There was an EduSig. Um, I'm sorry, well, it was an Edu Summit, Education Summit, which EduSig is Education Special Interest Group. And that's a discussion list, a mail list, right? Let me show you what I mean by that in another window. EduSig, EduSig. I'd like to introduce you to this if you've not been to this resource, and suggest you can browse the public archives going back many decades. There's the it's had a faith list faith face it's had a facelift recently, so it looks different now in major ways than it used to, but it's still highly usable, like all threads by month, right? We can just go back, and here's where I'm talking about my camp for teens stuck at home, right? All right, back to Pycon. Ready to join? There we go, join session, and a good time to end this video. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.